Kraft presents The Great Gildersleeve. Each week at this time from Hollywood, California, Kraft presents Harold Perry as The Great Gildersleeve. Written by Leonard L. Levinson. We'll hear from the great Gildersleeve in just a moment. But first, is your family the hard-working, hard-playing kind? Of course, most of us are these days. Increased effort is expected of every one of us. And that's why plenty of wholesome, nourishing energy food is so vitally important. The kind of food that replaces the energy we use up every day. Well, one of the best energy foods you can serve is delicious Parquet margarine, made by Kraft. Yes, Parquet margarine is an economical source of nourishment and energy your whole family needs. You'll be glad to know, too, that every pound of Parquet contains 9,000 units of important vitamin A. What's more, Parquet margarine is so downright good tasting, your family will eat all they need. Yes, Parquet margarine's delicate, satisfying flavor is sure to make a hit, whether you serve it at the table or use it for baking and pan frying. So why not give your family the benefits of this delicious, nourishing food and start serving them Parquet margarine tomorrow? Yes, when you order, ask your dealer for Parquet, P-A-R-K-A-Y. And now let's visit our friend, the great Gildersleeve.
Stuff of yours in the attic?
In the attic, yes. What about it, Leroy?
Well, look what I found up there. An old family album.
Album? Oh, is that so? Any pictures of me in it?
Are there? You're number one of the Puss Parade.
Yes.
Leroy. May I look at it, Uncle?
Sure, Marjorie. Go ahead if you want to.
Thanks. Oh, look at this one.
Huh?
Oh, what a beautiful baby. Say, who is she?
Well, if you must know, she's me.
You mean you didn't always have that mustache?
Well, not as a little shaver. Turn the page, Marjorie.
Huh?
Oop. Forgot about that one in the little Lord Fauntleroy outfit. Wish I had those beautiful curls today.
For corn's sake, look at the lace on your pants.
Leroy, at that age, did I know what I was doing?
Oh, Uncle. Look, here's one where you're a little older.
Huh?
With two pretty little rabbits.
Oh, yes, my rabbits. Those were my pets. I called them Flopsy and Mopsy. I intended to raise them and make enough money to pay my way through college.
What happened, Uncle Mort?
Nothing. And I paid $2 for those rabbits.
What was the matter?
That was it, $2.
Say, Unc, are these your first long pants you're wearing in this picture?
Yes, tight, weren't they? When people saw me wearing them, they just split.
Who, the people or the pants?
Yes. First the pants, then the people.
Here's a picture taken not so long ago.
Well,
how can you tell? Well, Uncle Mort is almost as fat as he is now. Leroy, the bathing suit he's wearing.
Yes. That suit was all wool and a yard wide.
What's that thing you're eating, Unc?
Let me see. Eating? Oh, I wasn't eating anything. I was just blowing up my water wings. Say, I feel kind of chilly. Bertie, shut the front door.
I can't. It's stuck.
Oh, probably the change in the weather. I'll take care of it, children. Yeah. Now, what's the trouble, Bertie? No wonder that door is stuck. There's a man's foot caught inside.
I knows that, and he refuses to take it out.
Oh, well, let him in. He's probably a visitor.
It ain't no visitor. It's a salesman.
Salesman? How do you know?
'Cause the hot air's coming from the outside inside.
Oh.
Mister, get your foot out this door, 'cause we ain't in the market for none.
Yeah. Well, let me handle him now, Bertie. I'll brush him off quickly.
Now, don't you go buying any foolish, worthless stuff like you did last time.
Huh?
That perfume was nothing but water.
Well, how did you know, Bertie? Did you open the bottle?
No, sir. But the salesman come round to the back, and I bought some myself.
Yeah. Well, you run along back to the kitchen. I'll get rid of this chap.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. My company is introducing a new cigar.
I don't want it.
And I'm giving out a few boxes to discriminating judges of tobacco as free samples.
I said free?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Well, let's step in out of the cold, sir.
Oh.
Here, let me help you with those big, heavy boxes.
Thank you.
You're such a little fellow. Yeah. I was always considered quite an authority on good cigars. What's the name of this new brand?
Mister, these are the genuine made in Havana, aged in the woods, soaked in the New England maple syrup La Rumba Panatella cigars.
Good.
Once you get the La Rumba habit, you can't shake it.
Yeah. Well, they certainly sound good.
Oh, and they smell good, too.
Yeah?
Now, just sample the delicious aroma. Go ahead. Let your nose run riot.
Oh, let me see.
Clears the head, doesn't it?
Practically clears the room. I'm afraid these are rather strong for me, young man.
Yeah, and after you've smoked a few, you'll be strong for them.
I'll have to be.
Now, in consideration for advertising these wonderful cigars among your friends, we make absolutely no charge for them.
Oh, you don't? Well, with Christmas coming on and everything, I think I could manage to get rid of 5 or 10 boxes for you.
Oh, splendid. I might add that while we make absolutely no charge for the cigars themselves, we ask you to pay for cellophane, band, and the box. That's only to be expected, of course.
Oh. Yeah. What does that amount to?
Oh, I hate to even mention it.
Yeah, so do I, but go ahead.
Well, let me see.
Yeah.
4 and 2
4 and
plus
2.
8 and 6 cents.
Huh?
Well, that comes to a total of $1.98 per box.
$1.98. Well, is that all?
Oh, gosh, I forgot taxes. What's the matter with me?
Shall I tell you?
But you wouldn't expect us to lose money, now, would you?
Oh, no. I'd hate myself if you lost money. How much are the taxes?
Only 50 cents a box. Now, are you taking 5 or 10 boxes?
Well, come to think of it, I don't know an awful lot of people here in Summerfield. Hardly more than a box full.
Well, now, our company doesn't think it's worthwhile to send me all the way out here on a cold afternoon for just one box, mister. I'm afraid that the least they'll let me give away free to you is 4 boxes.
No, thanks. Maybe I'll take more the next time you come around.
Mister, with these cigars, there won't be no next time around.
Well, for the most I could accept is 2 boxes.
Well, I can't force you to take more. All right. Here's your 2 free boxes. Now, that'll be $4.96.
$1.98 plus 2 boxes. $4.96. Yes, you're right. I was always good on arithmetic. You're very generous, really. Here's a $5 bill.
Oh, thank you. Now, wait just a second. You've got some change coming.
Oh, yes.
4 cents.
4 cents.
Yes. Funny, it's lots of silver here, but no pennies.
Oh, that's all right. You can forget it.
Oh, no. I'll get it for you somehow.
Oh.
Oh, here we are.
Yes. What's this?
Your change. A 1-cent stamp and 3 sticks of chewing gum. Goodbye.
Oh!
Okay to come on in the living room, Piggy. We got the whole house to ourselves.
Say, is there any more candy around?
Nope. We ate all the cookies, too.
Too bad. Nothing sweet left, huh?
Nothing unless you want to try these new cigars from my uncle's. They're soaked in maple syrup.
You mean these?
Yeah.
Let's see them. Lamba Panatellas.
Say, I wouldn't open that box if I were you.
Oh, it was open already. See? Some have been taken out. I bet no one would miss this one.
Hey, what are you thinking of doing? Smoking it?
Well, maybe. What if I am?
Oh, I bet you wouldn't dare.
Is that so? Bet you I would, too. Only it's so long. I bet you'd be scared to go havers with me.
Who, me? Smoke a cigar?
I knew you'd go chicken.
I won't either. I ain't afraid of doing anything you ain't afraid of doing, I ain't.
All right, let you smoke it then.
All right, give it here.
Here. Bet you don't even know which end to put in your mouth.
I do, too. Only I forgot. Which end is it?
Ah, the one you don't like.
Oh.
My pa always bites off one end first.
Like this?
Uh-huh.
What does he do with the end he bites off?
I don't know. Swallows it, I guess.
Why, he does?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Ooh, phew, it tastes terrible.
Want me to light it for you?
Sure, I guess so. No fun smoking a unlit cigar, is there?
Nope. Hold still and puff. No, puff in, not out.
Oh.
That's better. How's it taste?
Well, it's pretty hard to describe. Here, you try it a while and find out for yourself. can exhale every puff.
Well, don't hog it all day. It's my turn again.
Wait till I try blowing smoke through my nose. Okay, you can have it now.
Gee, you got it all unwrapped.
I'm sorry. You want me to tie a piece of string around the outside cover? Or a rubber band?
No, I think it'll be all right. Now watch me.
What's that supposed to be?
I'm blowing smoke rings.
You ain't either. Them's clouds. Heck, I can do better than that.
Okay, here, you take it.
No, I didn't mean for you to do that. You can keep it as long as you want to.
Oh, that's all right. I'm not selfish.
Well, all right. How's this? You better puff on it a while, pig. Smoke gets in my eyes.
Well, okay. It sure is a strong cigar, ain't it?
Yeah, strongest I ever smoked.
Oh, what's the matter, Leroy? Don't you feel well?
Well, there's been times when I felt better.
Here, ready for another drag?
No, not just yet. I think I better sit down for a while.
You mean you're dizzy?
Yeah.
Well, sitting down won't help. I know, I'm sitting, and I'm dizzy, too.
I wonder what's wrong with us.
I haven't any idea.
Do you think it's... Say, pig, sit still, will you?
I ain't moving, except my head seems to be going around.
Gee, that's funny. You got two heads. And they're both kind of green.
Two heads, huh? Well, that accounts for it, then.
Counts for what?
I can see 2 whole rooms. You know, I don't think I feel so good.
Do you think it could possibly be the cigar?
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Here, Leroy, you can have it.
No, you go ahead and keep it. There's lots more where that one came from.
Oh, my goodness. Now my stomach's starting to go around, too.
Yeah, I know just how you feel.
If it's all right with you, Leroy, I think I'll go now.
You're not mad or anything?
Oh, no. If you want any more of the cigar, it's right here on the fern stand.
Gee, don't hurry off.
I better go or you might be sorry I stayed.
Oh, gee whiz. No, I'm beginning to see what you mean. I better get some fresh air, too. Hey, Piggy, wait for me. Say, Pig, do you still feel woozy?
No, I feel more wowsy than woozy. How about you, Leroy?
Oh, I'm all right, except for my head, which is awful light, and my feet, which are awful heavy, and my stomach, which is awful.
Awful what?
That's all, just awful.
Gee, I don't think I've got a stomach anymore.
Boy, are you lucky.
Take it easy. Just close your eyes.
No. Every time I close my eyes, tapioca keeps floating in front of me. Tapioca with neon lights.
Do you think we should get up and walk around a while?
No. Let's stay here in the garage until it stops going around. Darn the guy who invented cigars anyhow.
Who was he?
I don't know. Some Indian named Corona, I think. I can't see how Uncle Mort can keep smoking them all day long without falling over. Imagine going around like this all the time.
Gee, I just thought of something. Do you think we're going to stop growing now?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. We should have thought of that before.
But suppose we do. How am I going to play football in college? I just weigh 97 pounds.
Are you sure that one cigar will stop you from growing?
Since I started smoking, I ain't been sure of anything. I'm awful glad I stopped.
Me too. Why, I would never smoke another cigar. Oh, it makes me sick even to mention cigars.
Gee whiz.
What is it now?
What's going to happen when your folks come back and find the living room full of smoke?
Jeepers. Uncle Mort will send me to Alcatraz. We better sneak back and open all the windows so the place can air out.
Not me. I'm going home just as soon as my legs will cooperate with each other.
Ah, Piggy, you can't run out on me now.
Not now, but just as soon as I can stand up, I will.
But how can you? Help, fire! I didn't want to smoke a cigar. Get the water. It was you. Hey, that sounded like Bertie. Come on. Look, smoke's coming out of the living room.
Gee, it's lucky we got out.
There's a fire.
Good. Now nobody will notice the cigar smoke.
Cigar smoke. That's it. Piggy, where'd you throw that cigar we were smoking?
In the fern stand. Why?
I bet that's what started the fire. Come on, get some water. We're coming, Bertie. Oh, there's the garden hose. Piggy, run and turn the water on. Here I come, Bertie. Put out the fire. Put out the fire. I will if you get away from the window. I want to climb in. What'd you say? Get away from that. Oh, cut that out. I'm not on fire. Sorry. I warned you.
Leroy, what you doing?
Climbing in the window to water the ferns. Oh, say, this is only making the smoke worse.
Well, keep it up, Leroy. You putting it out.
Oh, that smoke. And just as I was getting over the last smoke,
That does it. Now the fire's out.
Turn off the water, Piggy.
Yeah. Turn off the water out there, boy.
Oh, I don't feel so good.
Leroy, you's a hero. Leroy! Pour out the water again, boy. Leroy's done fainted.
Well, Marjorie, are you sure we've ordered all the candy we need for Christmas?
Oh, yes, Uncle Mort. My, you've been buying like Santa Claus with a sweet tooth.
Well, why not? No matter how many Thanksgivings we have, Christmas comes but once a year.
Well, let's run along home now, Uncle.
All right, my dear. Say, let's get something for Leroy to have this afternoon. I see just the thing he's going to enjoy.
You do? What is it?
Oh, something that every boy likes. Wait till you see Leroy's face when he opens these chocolate cigars.
See what I tell you, Bertie? He's opening his eyes.
Yeah, but he don't look like he's seeing anything. Leroy, honey, is you all right?
Oh, me? Oh, yes, I'm all right.
And you just lay there on the sofa whilst I try to clean up this mess in the living room. I can't figure out for the life of me how that fire started.
Hey, Piggy.
Yeah?
Gee, what are we going to say when Uncle Mort comes home and asks us how the fire started?
Well, we could say it was a spark from the fireplace if there was a fire in the fireplace. Except there's no fireplace.
Gee, if they ever find out how that fire really started, I'll be cooked. Haven't you got a good idea?
Yes, I'm going home. So long, Leroy. See you in school. Oh, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello there, Piggy.
Oh, now I'm really going to be sick.
Say, what's that I smell? Did Bertie burn something?
Yeah, the living room.
What?
Goodbye, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Come back here a moment, young man. Where is Bertie?
She's mopping up the water on the carpet.
Look, what water?
The water Leroy squirted on the fern box just before he did a nosedive onto the floor.
Oh, my goodness.
Uncle, what's happened around here?
I don't know for sure, Marjorie, but the way I understand it, Leroy was watering the fern box in the living room. After flooding the floor, he tried to dive on it while Bertie was cooking the rug.
That couldn't be.
Well, that's Piggy's story.
Yeah, well, it was nice visiting you.
Here, come along with us, young man. We're going to get to the bottom of all this.
Oh, dear.
Huh?
Oh, look at Leroy on the sofa.
Yeah.
Are you all right, Leroy? Oh, hello, Marge. Hello, Uncle Mort.
Well, by George, he does look all washed out.
Oh.
Young man, what do you mean by diving on your nose in the carpet?
You leave that poor little boy alone. He's a hero. Just like Dewey at Vanilla.
What do you mean, Bertie?
Why, there was a fire, and Leroy ran in here with the hose and saved us all from being a lot of clinkers.
Well, you're a brave boy, Leroy. By the way, Bertie, how did the fire happen to start?
Oh, my head. Oh, my stomach. Oh, my.
What's wrong? Oh, I know. He's inhaled too much smoke.
Yes, that's it, Uncle Mort.
Well, we're going to get you well in no time at all. No time at all.
That's good.
Yeah. Marjorie, what's the office number of Dr. Silsby?
Oh, no. I don't need a doctor.
It's Rosebud 2212.
Thanks. Hand me that phone, please, Bertie. Thank you. Now, don't try to get up, Leroy. Just relax like a piece of liver.
No.
Hello, Dr. Silsby. This is Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve. I want you to come right over. There was a little fire at our place. I know you're not a fireman. My nephew Leroy put it out, and now he isn't feeling so hot. Yeah, get over here as quickly as you can, Doctor. I don't know what in the world's keeping that, Doctor. Oh, while we're waiting for him, Leroy, here's a little surprise I brought to you from downtown. Here. It's some chocolate cigars.
No.
Yeah. Quick, somebody, water. He's going to faint again.
No, I'll be all right, Uncle.
Huh?
Chocolate and cigars. I couldn't take it.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, my boy. But you won't refuse a nice big chocolate cigar, will you, Piggy?
Yes, Mr. Gildersleeve, I couldn't.
Huh?
That is, Leroy might feel bad if he saw me eating it.
Oh, yes. Well, that's very considerate. We'll save them for later, then. By the way, how did this fire in the living room start, Piggy?
You mean the fire from the cigar and the fern stand?
Oh.
What's wrong, my boy?
It hurts. The scar I got from the fern stand that was on fire.
Oh, yes.
Piggy, isn't it time for you to go home?
Uh-huh. Oh, yes. I gotta be going now.
Yes. Well, it gets me. How a fern stand can suddenly, without any cause, burst into flame is one for Ripley.
Maybe it was spontaneous compulsion. Those ferns were getting terribly parched, late in the year, no rain inside the house.
Oh. Well, I suppose we'll never know.
Yeah, let's let sleeping dogs sleep.
Yes.
Excuse me, Mr. Gildersleeve, but look what I found in the ruins of that there fernery that was on fire.
Well, looks like remnants of a cigar. Why, this could have started the whole thing.
Well, folks, now I really gotta go.
Huh?
So long, Leroy. Good night, Mr. Gildersleeve.
What's bothering that young man?
Oh, that's Piggy's way, Unc. Here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, son, you rest till the doctor gets here. I'm going to look into a few matters. Come on, Bertie. Let Leroy sleep. I can't understand it. How did a cigar get into the fern stand? Oh, talking of cigars, Bertie, did anything happen to those 2 new boxes of Larumbas?
They putting them in boxes now?
No, I'm talking about my cigars. Oh, yes, here they are. Let me see. 6 missing, and I only took out 5. Bertie, have you been putting the snatch on my stogies?
Yes, sir.
Aha!
I snatches them off the furniture and I put them in the ashtrays.
No, I mean, have you been smoking my cigars?
Me? I should say not. I ain't one of them society ladies.
Well, somebody took one. Marjorie?
Yes, Uncle Mort?
I've been doing a little detective work about that fire. I've always fancied myself as another thin man. And I have a pretty good idea how it started, too.
How, Uncle?
Well, I think I know who dropped the cigar into that fern stand.
Now, don't look at me with that steely glint in your eye, Sherlock Holmes. I haven't smoked a cigar since last election.
Oh, be serious, Marjorie. Did you notice how evasive Leroy and Piggy Banks were when I questioned them just now?
No, I didn't.
No, of course not. You weren't even there. But they were as hard to pin down as a baby on a roller coaster.
But Leroy, smoking cigars.
Didn't you notice their appearance? They were both as pale around the gills as a whitefish.
Does smoking a cigar have that effect?
I should say. I'll never forget my first corn silk Corona. I was weak for days and in the days for weeks. And besides all this circumstantial evidence, there's one real incriminating clue.
What's that?
Leroy's little finger.
What's wrong with his little finger?
He's wearing the cigar band from that missing cigar. At last, Doctor. What delayed you? Did you stop on the way to cure a couple of hams?
Fine thanks for rushing away from an office full of patients. Well, where's the sick boy? Show me to him.
Oh, yes, just a second, Doc. Since I phoned you, I found out a few things. I think Leroy is sick because he smoked one of my cigars.
Well, I can understand that. I smoked one of them, too.
Yes, but I can't get him to admit it, Doctor. He just keeps groaning and changing the subject. Now, I've got an idea how we can smoke out this whole cigar business.
Well, what's that?
What kind of sickness would have the same preliminary symptoms as smoking a cigar, Doc?
Oh, almost any of the juvenile illnesses.
Yeah?
Measles, chicken pox, or mumps, say?
Say, mumps will do. You examine Leroy, and you tell him he's got the mumps. That'll bring the truth out of him. Come on.
Oh, you and your schemes.
Ish. Remember what to do, Doc. Leroy. Here's Dr. Silsby to take care of our sick little boy.
Oh, suffering stuff.
Yeah.
You didn't need to bother the doctor, Hunk. I'll be all right in a couple of hours.
Well, now that I'm here, boy, I better give you a quick once-over. You see your tongue. Mm-hmm. Now, say ah.
Ah.
Yeah. I better take your pulse. Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Now, you can put your tongue back in now.
Thanks.
Now, tell me, after you inhaled this smoke, did you suffer any attack of vertigo?
No, I was just dizzy.
Oh, yeah. And this was accompanied by acute nausea?
It was nausea, all right, but there was nothing cute about it.
Well, that's just as I thought. Let me feel your jaws. Oh.
Hey, what are you about?
Mr. Gildersleeve, has this boy ever had the mumps?
Mumps? I don't think so. Have you ever had the mumps before, Leroy?
No. Say, you don't think I got them now, do you, Doc?
Well, it's a little early to say for sure, but the indications point that way.
Oh.
Yes, isn't that too bad? Looks like you'll have to stay in bed instead of going to that big football game, Leroy.
Hey, wait a minute. Gee, Doc, maybe you're mistaken. Maybe if you knew what really happened, you wouldn't call it mumps.
What do you mean, what really happened, Leroy?
Oh, gee, I should have told you before. Uncle Mort, the reason I got sick and look so pale and everything is, well, it's... Gee, I hate to tell you, but... Oh, why did I do it?
Why did you do what, Leroy?
Why did I smoke one of your cigars?
At last. Now we're getting the truth. Young man, I'm surprised at you.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry I ever did, Uncle Mort. Sorry as I can be.
Yes, I think you've learned your lesson, Leroy.
I have, Uncle Mort. I really have. And now maybe Dr. Silsby can see it's the cigar that makes me look this way and not mumps.
Well, Leroy, that was just a little put-up job. A little scheme to get the truth out of you. You really haven't got the mumps, has he, Doctor?
No, he hasn't, Gildersleeve. But according to his pulse and his temperature and these spots on his chest, he has got the measles.
Oh!
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in a few minutes. But right now, do you grown-ups remember the old-fashioned kitchen on baking day? What fragrance, with cakes and pies and cookies in the oven. Why, everything smelled so good, my mouth fairly watered in anticipation of all the good things to eat. And nowadays, lots of up-to-the-minute housewives are learning the modern secret of that old-time home-baked flavor. Yes, more and more good cooks are insisting on a real flavor shortening for baking, instead of bland, tasteless fats. That's why so many good housewives are using Parquet margarine for baking. For a flavor shortening is just what Parquet is. You see, the delicate taste that makes Parquet so delicious for table use gives extra flavor to baked foods, too. Yes, and that's the secret of foods pan-fried in Parquet. They're tastier, too, and Parquet doesn't spatter or stick to the pan. And remember, Parquet margarine is good for you. Yes, Parquet is a wholesome, nourishing energy food that contains important vitamin A. But why not try delicious, economical Parquet margarine and find out how good it is yourself? Just ask your dealer for Parquet. Parkay.
Gotta stay in this dark room, Uncle Mort.
Yes, Leroy. That's part of the cure for measles, you know.
Who's that?
Shh. Leroy, it's me, Piggy. I just sneaked back to see if they found out.
Yeah, they did.
Gee, did you catch it?
I'll say I did.
Yes. Looks like you're going to catch it too, Piggy. Good night.
Original music heard on this program was composed and conducted by William Randolph. This is Jim Bannon speaking for the Kraft Cheese Company and inviting you to be with us again next week for the further adventures of the great Gildersleeve. And reminding you that every one of us can help in the nation's defense program by joining the Red Cross during its annual roll call, November 11th to November 30th. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Kraft presents The Great Gildersleeve. Each week at this time from Hollywood, California, Kraft presents Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve. Written by Leonard L. Levinson. We'll hear from the Great Gildersleeve in just a moment. But first, even though winter doesn't officially begin till December 22nd, it's here right now for most of us. Yes, and on cold, blustery days, plenty of good, nourishing food is all important. I mean food that supplies energy, food that produces body warmth, food that keeps us going despite the weather. Now, Parquet margarine, the delicious vegetable margarine made by Kraft, is just such a food. Parquet margarine is one of the best sources of food energy you can serve. And that means it's tops in producing body warmth, too. And equally important in wintertime, Parquet is rich in vitamin A. Yes, every pound of Parquet margarine contains 9,000 units of vitamin A. But Parquet margarine isn't just good for you. It's mighty good tasting, too, whether you serve it at the table or use it for baking and pan frying. So for all these reasons, wholesome, economical Parquet margarine deserves a place on your shopping list. Why not order a pound or two tomorrow? Just ask your food dealer for Parquet. Parkay. It's the margarine that's made by Kraft. And now let's visit our friend, the Great Gildersleeve.
Uncle Mort, those certainly were two swell movies.
Yes, thanks for taking us. Did you enjoy them?
Well, Marjorie, I'll have to confess I fell asleep in the middle of the first feature and woke up toward the end of the second one.
You did?
Yes, Leroy. Those 65-cent seats are too darn comfortable. Tell me, did Betty Davis finally marry Hopalong Cassidy?
Uncle, they weren't even in the same picture.
Oh, they weren't? Well, then he must have been singing to a blonde horse. Now I'm all confused. Who was it that defeated Notre Dame in the newsreel? Tarzan or Popeye?
It was Charlie's aunt.
Yes.
And he wasn't in the newsreel. He's in the picture coming next week.
Oh. That's the trouble with the movies. You can't sleep there in peace. What they need are more actresses like Betty Grable. Yes. Now, there's a girl with beautiful potential. She'll get somewhere, that young lady.
Well, it's almost midnight, so we'd all better get... Well, look at that. A bird cage.
Yeah, where did that come from?
There's a canary inside.
Why, I don't understand it. This wasn't here when we left. Maybe Bertie brought it in.
Yes, let's find out. Oh, Bertie.
Yes, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Bertie, whose canary is this?
It's yours, Mr. Gildersleeve.
It is?
Yes, sir. You just won Napoleon in a raffle.
Napoleon? I did? When did it happen? While I was asleep at the movies?
No, sir, at my lodge. This is the night the mysterious and bewildering order of the Daughters of Cleopatra hold their weekly business meeting and shag contest.
But Unc couldn't have been there. He was with us.
Yes.
Well, your uncle bought a ticket on our big raffle.
Oh, yes, now I remember. But I thought you said the drawing was for a beautiful big set of dishes.
No, sir. The lodge is raising money to buy itself a set of dishes, but the prize they're giving away is a canary bird.
Well, this is mighty nice to win on a 50-cent chance. First time I've won a prize since I wore my woolen underwear to that rumba contest.
Uncle.
I'd like to thank whoever it was that drew out the lucky number, Bertie.
Well, it just so happens that the drawing was done by the grand exhausted ruler of the pyramids. And it also just so happens that happens to be me.
Why, Bertie. Of course, it was just a coincidence, but did anybody say anything?
No, ma'am. But the show was a lot of black looks.
Yes, I guess they were.
Say, this Napoleon's a pretty feisty little bird. Will he sing?
Of course he will. Only the man we brought him from says that in 2-3 days he's got to get customized to his new surroundings, and after that he'll sing just like this here Eddie Nelson.
Eddie Nelson? Oh, I see, yes. Well, it's time for all of us to get to bed. You better find a cloth someplace, Bertie, and drape Napoleon for the night.
Oh, we don't have to do that, Mr. Gildersleeve. This is a special, newfangled kind of cage. Look.
Well, imagine that. A bird cage with Venetian blinds.
When the Daughters of Cleopatra do something, they don't mess around by halves. That reminds me of something I kind of hate to bring up.
What's that, Bertie?
Well, speaking of has, you never did pay me them 4 bits you owed me for that raffle ticket.
Oh, yes. Now, see here, Napoleon. You've been a free boarder around here for a week now, and you haven't sung once. Not one single solitary... Stop eating a moment, Napoleon, and listen to me. Oh, now I've frightened you. Hey, what's the trouble, old man? Haven't I tried to be a pal to you? Haven't I? By George, look me in the eye when I'm talking to you. You got to do something around here to earn your keep. You think bird seed grows on trees? You better find your voice, little chum, or you'll find yourself decorating somebody's hat.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, hello.
Is Napoleon worked himself into a vocalizing mood yet?
Yeah, not yet. You know, Bertie, I'm not one to look a gift bird in the bill. But I'm afraid the cat's got this canary stung.
No, sir, the cat was after it this morning, but I chased him away.
Oh, well, I don't know much about birds. But if ever I saw a moody mudlark, it's this jaundiced little jaybird.
You know, I can't understand it, Mr. Gildersleeve. This canary bird was not only guaranteed to sing, but the man said positively.
Well, maybe we better take Napoleon back to the store and get the Duke of Wellington.
Well, there was no store.
No?
You know, we bought that dicky bird off of a man that was selling them off the back of a truck.
Well, but if he guaranteed them, he must have some permanent address.
Well, he said something about if everything wasn't completely satisfactory to write him in care of the Canary Islands. Only he didn't say which island.
Oh, well, I suspect he was selling hot canaries, only this one is not so hot.
Good evening, Uncle Mort.
Oh, good evening.
Oh, is Napoleon still sulking?
Well, I can't tell from the expression on his face. The only expression he's got. What do you think, Bertie?
I don't know nothing about canary birds. The only birds I've ever associated with is chickens.
Yep.
And even then only to the extent of southern frying them, you know.
Yes. Well, we may turn Napoleon into chicken a la king yet.
Hiya, folks.
Huh?
Is that dumb bird still dumb?
Yes, Leroy. We better get some advice from an expert. I think I'll go to a pet store or an aviary.
Oh, you better try a pet store, Uncle Mort. Those aviaries are too busy these days with defense work.
Oh, Leroy, an aviary isn't a place where they work on aviation.
Well, I know. It's a place where birds of a lot of different feathers all flock together.
Say, Unc, why don't you come down to the library with me? I gotta take a book back, and you can find out a lot of things about canaries there.
That's an excellent idea. The bird stores are probably all closed, and this way I can get the information I want tonight.
Okay, but I can tell you one thing about that bird right now.
What's that?
He's no stool pigeon.
What do you mean, Leroy?
He won't sing.
Here's the 88 cents for your fine, Leroy. The next time you want to use a dictionary, we'll buy one. Turn it in while I find where the canary literature is, will you?
Here's the information desk. I'll be right back.
Okay. Excuse me, young lady.
Not so loud, please. Won't you step closer?
Closer? Oh. I must come to the library oftener.
What can I do for you?
If my canary refuses to sing.
What?
My canary won't sing. And I wonder if you could help me.
I'd be glad to, only I don't sing either.
You don't, eh? I'll bet you. Have you got any books for a canary in that condition?
Well, the music department has some volumes with bird calls.
Oh, I don't think that would do. You see, my canary can't read music.
Well, how about a book that you could read?
Oh, that'd be splendid. Something that would tell me the cause and cureness of curtness or coyness in canaries.
You'll find that under C over there in the reference room. You'll have to hurry now. We're closing in just a few minutes.
Yeah, thanks, I will. Oh, Leroy, come along with me.
I'm coming. Only you better make it snappy, Unc. It's almost 9 o'clock.
Oh, it won't take me long. Is this the reference room?
Yeah.
Let's see. Somewhere along here. Canopies. The canaries. The canaries. Oh, canaries. Here's what we're looking for. Almost missed it. Native birds of the Bronx and how to get the most out of them. What to do till the bird doctor comes.
You're getting warm, Unc.
Yes, I know I am. Here, hold my overcoat, will you? 44 famous formulas for feeding our fine feathered friends by F. McGee. Oh, that sounds like it.
I don't think you'll have time to read much, Unc.
Here's what we're after. A list of different foods to feed Napoleon.
You want to read them off, Unc, while I take them down?
Oh, a splendid idea, young man. Ready?
Sure, go ahead. Shoot the junk to me, Unc.
Yes. Watercress?
Watercress.
Nasturtiums?
Nasturtiums.
Dandelions?
Dandelions.
Marigolds?
Marigolds.
What's happened to the lights?
Gee, they put them out. It must be 9 o'clock.
Come on, Leroy. Let's get out of here before they lock us in.
Okay, but I'm sort of mixed up. Which way is out?
I think it's right over here. Not that way, Leroy. Here, take my hand. Oh! Ooh, an avalanche! Oh, my goodness. Oh! Leroy, where are you?
Right here under the book.
Oh, are you hurt?
Gee, my head feels funny.
Say, your head does feel funny. I can feel it going around and around.
That's not me, Uncle Mort. I'm over here.
Well, what am I touching then? Oh, it must be that globe of the world.
Let's see if we can grope our way out into the other room.
All right, take my hand. Oh, to think of it, trapped in a public library at my age.
Gee, Uncle Mort, everybody must be gone. How are we going to get out of here?
We'll find some door we can open, Leroy, or else I'll locate a window big enough to crawl out of.
Yeah, a bay window.
If... Never mind, young man. Now stay close to me so we won't get... Oh! Where are we now, Leroy?
We're in the juvenile department now, Unc.
Juvenile department? How do you know?
The books falling down are getting lighter.
Good morning, Uncle Mort. Good morning, Leroy.
Good morning.
My, but you two look pale and tired. You shouldn't stay out so late nights. What kept you up so long?
Well, it was like this,
You better eat your breakfast, Leroy.
Oh, yes.
Say, did you see the morning paper? There's the most mysterious story. Listen. Prowlers turn library topsy-turvy.
Excuse me, my coffee went down the wrong way.
Oh, gee, Unc, we're sunk.
Quiet, Leroy. Let your sister read the morning paper. What else does it say, Marjorie?
Finding the door of the Summerfield Public Library open at 2 a.m. this morning, Patrolman Elmo Dunkel entered and discovered a scene of unparalleled confusion.
Well, I wonder what that could have been.
Gee, don't you know?
Thousands of books had been pushed from shelves, and the floor was, in some places, 4 feet deep in volume.
That's an awful lie. I mean, awfully high, isn't it?
It was estimated by city librarian Helen Hunt Schultz.
Oh, yes, Miss Schultz, yeah.
That the sorting and restacking of the books will require at least a week, during which the library will be closed.
Boy, it's a good thing we got out. Our books last night.
Shall I go on?
Oh, yes. Very interesting, very interesting, yeah.
Members of the detective squad who are investigating believe it to be the work of a gang known as the Laurel and Hardy Mob. Led by a large, fat man and his skinny little lieutenant.
Why, isn't it warm in here?
The detectives discovered a clue in the form of a slip of paper reading, watercress, nasturtiums, dandelions.
Eat your dandelions, Leroy.
I'm really not terribly hungry.
Yeah.
Say, incidentally, weren't you two at the library last night?
Why, yes, come to think of it, we were, yes.
Oh, I suppose you missed the fun.
There was no fun while we were there. We were looking for information about canaries.
Did you find anything?
Oh, we stumbled across a few books. Say, maybe we should give Napoleon a bath, huh? Canaries are like people. They like to sing in the bathtub.
Shall we put the cage under the shower?
No, Leroy. Bertie, you fill a soup plate with some tepid water, eh?
Yes, sir. And if it'll help, I'll put some of my personal bath salts in it. They got the loveliest fragrance, called The Last Time I Saw Harlem.
No thanks, Bertie. We can't take any chances in Napoleon singing Boogie Woogie.
That's what you say, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, all right.
Maybe all he needs is a good wash job.
Yeah.
Now, here he is. I hope that canary bird can swim better than he can sing.
Yes, thanks, Bertie. Now, you folks just go on with your breakfast. I'll handle this thing all by myself. The last time I saw Harlem. Good morning, Napoleon. Have a good night's rest? Yeah. Now, I've got a nice bath all fixed up for you. That better make you sing, brother.
Gee, Uncle Mort, what are we going to do now?
Give this bird a ducky.
No, I mean about the police and the library and stuff.
Oh, don't worry, Leroy. They're not looking for us. They're after a couple of fellows who look like Laurel and Hardy. Oh, my goodness, they are looking for us.
You see what I mean?
Yes. Oh, let's not borrow trouble, Leroy. Let's forget the whole matter, huh? Say, I'm afraid this plate is too big to get into your cage, nappy old chappie.
Shall I get a smaller dish?
No, we'll leave it here, just outside the cage, and open the door. Yeah. There you are.
Well, come on out, Napoleon. Nobody's going to bite you.
Yeah, don't be bashful.
Maybe you should prod him with your finger.
Oh, that's an idea. Ow! He pecked me, the darn little dive bomber.
I was afraid that'd happen. There, now he's going out.
Yeah, come on, Napoleon, make it snappy. We haven't got all... No, Napoleon. Stop flying around the room. Hey, there's your nice bath. Here.
Look out, he's heading for a window.
Window?
Keep away, Uncle Mort. Shut the window.
Go back, you ding-dong devil. Oh, my goodness, he's gone.
Yeah, he sure flew the coop.
Oh, come on, Leroy. Bring the cage. We got to catch Napoleon before he heads for Florida. I see him. Look, there he is on the branch of that tree.
No, Unc, that's a yellow leaf.
Oh, yes, I forgot it's November. I could have sworn it was Napoleon.
Say, don't look now, but what's that moving in the bushes?
Where?
Over there.
By George, I think it's the bird, all right. Come on. Now, you head him off in the back, Leroy, and I'll sneak up on him from this side.
Okay. Let me know if you catch him.
Yes. Uh-oh. There he goes into that shrub. Now, where did he disappear to? He must be somewhere in here. Napoleon. Nice Napoleon. Be a good boy and come back to Uncle Throckmorton, Napoleon.
Hello there.
Yeah, hello. Oh, hello, officer.
Excuse me, but what are you doing down there on your hands and knees, mister?
Now, don't be stubborn, Napoleon. Say, you're a new man on the beat, aren't you?
Yeah, what are you looking for in them bushes?
Yeah, here, Napoleon. Come out of there. What's that, officer? Oh, I'm just looking for Napoleon. He's escaped.
Oh, I see. Aren't you a little late to look for Napoleon?
Late? I hurried as fast as I could. He just flew out the window.
Oh, he flew out the window, huh?
Naturally.
And did you fly out after him?
Why, of course not. What do you think I've got, wings?
I don't know. Have you?
You can see that I haven't. Napoleon has, though.
Oh, Napoleon has wings, has he?
Yeah. I was just trying to make him take his bath, but I guess he didn't want to, so he zoomed right out of the house.
Well, didn't he wait to put on his clothes?
Why should he? Napoleon never wears clothes. Here's Napoleon. Here, Napoleon.
He doesn't, huh?
No. I'm afraid he'll catch cold in nothing but his feathers.
This is getting better by the minute. Say, are you sure you aren't Napoleon?
No, see here, officer. Don't you stand there making jokes. If you want to be useful, come down here and help me find Napoleon. Here, Nappy. Here, Nappy. Here,
Oh, fine.
Huh?
Hey, look, how small is this Napoleon you're looking for?
Oh, he can't be over 4 inches high.
4 inches high?
Okay, then 3 inches. I thought I just saw him.
Look, about how long have you been seeing this Napoleon?
Oh, ever since I won him on a raffle.
You won him on a raffle?
Yeah.
Well, I have a report to fill out.
Napoleon! You see, all this happened because Napoleon refuses to sing. You think it's on account of him being in a strange house?
I don't know. Do you live there?
Yes.
Then it's a strange house. Now, look, mister, let's walk over to the station where it's nice and warm and quiet instead of squatting in these bushes waiting for Napoleon to come marching out.
Say, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me? Now, look here, mister. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Napoleon's been dead already for close to 120 years.
Oh, I didn't mean that, Napoleon.
Huh.
The Napoleon I'm looking for is a bird.
Yeah, well, he must be a cuckoo.
Yeah.
Now, look, are you coming along quietly, or do I have to...
Not a sound. There he is. You see him? Here, Napoleon.
Well, what do you know? It is a bird.
Of course. Leroy, head him off.
I am.
Leroy, use your hat. Be careful you don't crush him.
Nice, Birdie. Hop into your cage. There he goes in, Uncle Mort. I got him.
You better take him in the house. Well, officer, you satisfied?
Yeah, but it's lucky that Canary showed up when he did.
Why?
Well, I was ready to run you in as one of them screwballs that busted into the public library last night. That'd have been pretty silly, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Just listen to that, children. Beautiful, isn't it?
He's sure in the groove, all right, all right.
Oh, it's certainly worth a lot of trouble to get a bird to sing like that.
You're right, Marjorie. Let's ask the clerk what kind of bird seed she feeds this canary, and then buy some just like it for our Napoleon.
Oh, miss, will you please come here? What can I do for you? Pleased to meet you.
We have a canary, and he refuses to sing, lady.
Yeah, he won't give out with a jibe.
Leroy, he's not supposed to be a jitter bird.
Yeah.
Possibly the boy needs a change from diet. What have you been feeding him, if I am not too inquisitive?
Oh, well, you're not. We tried everything the books recommended. Cuttlebone, watercress, bacon, vegetables, apples.
Have you tried Boyd seed?
Boys, of course. He's gotten so fat on seeds, he keeps falling off his perch.
Though, for falling off the porch, we carry a special padded bottom.
What have you got for birds who won't sing?
Well, we have a number of remedies. Here's Marble's Bauble Gargle, guaranteed to make the saddest canary a Pollyanna.
That sounds good already.
And you also might try our Melody Restorer and Whistle Food. It's revived more songs than Bing Crosby. And this is a Positival Sure Cure, a bottle from Philharmonic Symphonic Tonic for chronic lack of harmonics. Which one would you care to try?
Well, lady, we're in this thing so deep we might as well go the whole hog.
Please, not in here.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll take all of them. Are you sure they'll work?
Oh, any one of them would work. But if you put them all together, the Boyd will simply whistle you out of house and home.
Oh, well, that's all we need to do then, eh?
Oh, yes. But just to be on the safe side, you might try singing to him.
Oh.
But the idea is to get him to sing to us.
That I understand. However, if you sing to him, it is only natural for him to show you how much better he can do.
Oh, well, then we're all set. 3 different kinds of medicine and also singing. Now we can't fail, can we?
Oh, no, not a chance under the sun. But you might take along this card just to be on the safe side.
A card? What's this? Oh, Dr. D.J. Roller, bird physician. If everything else fails, let me put your birds in a twitter. Let's all sing like the birdies sing.
Tweet, 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 tweet. Come on, Napoleon, sing like Bing.
Tweet, 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 tweet.
If we warble, and so can you.
8 bars to the piece.
Now, Napoleon, do.
Or you'll meet Waterloo.
Tweet, 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 tweet.
Well, come on, Napoleon. Sing.
Oh, I guess it's no use, Uncle.
Yeah.
Shall we try another song, Unc?
What other song, Leroy?
How about that old one, Just a Bird in a Gildersleeve Cage?
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Yes.
Say, Uncle, are you sure none of those remedies we bought at the pet store will work?
How can they? Napoleon keeps kicking him out of the cage. All except the gargle. He sits in that.
What about that bird doctor? Why don't you try him?
Say, I'd forgotten all about him. Dr. Roller. Yes. I'll take Napoleon there. And if I won't bring him back singing, I won't bring him back, period. Excuse me. Is Dr. Roller in?
Yes, we are waiting for him, too.
We?
Yes, me and Butch. See?
Oh.
Butch is a little Yorkshire cinnamon buff coffee. What kind have you?
Oh, just a plain sawed-off yellow sulker. Do you think a doctor will be long?
Well, I don't think so. He's doing a plastic surgery operation.
Is that so? Plastic surgery, eh?
Yes, it's a nose-straightening job on a parrot.
Well, I don't think I'll stay. That'll take all week.
Oh, no. You may have our place. We're in no hurry.
Oh, well, I don't know. I'm just about ready to give up canaries altogether.
Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh.
Perhaps you don't realize all the joys and fun of owning a lovely little feathered companion.
Do you have fun out of Butch?
Udo.
Yeah.
And I'll be very sorry to part with him tomorrow, too.
Oh, is something coming between you?
Oh, yes, my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
She's coming back, you'll say. Butch is really hers, you'll say. Only she doesn't call him Butch. She calls him a Fluffy Ruffle.
Well, that's too bad. About her coming back.
Oh, yes. And just when I had him trying so nicely.
Trying?
Yes, Butch, you'll say, is a fighting canary.
Oh, yeah.
Now, don't say a word of this to my mother-in-law, but Butch has kicked the living daylights out of half the canaries on the north side of town.
Oh, well, I never knew people matched canaries in battles.
Oh, yes, indeed. Especially lonesome men that people leave canaries with when they go away someplace. It's a lot better than just sitting at home and listening to the darn thing singing, you know.
I agree with you. But why are you bringing him in here?
Well, sir, before my mother-in-law gets home, I'm having the doctor do a little work on him. You see, lately, he's developed something of a cauliflower beak.
I think I understand.
Patient, please.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much. Well, here we are, Doctor.
Just bring the cage in here, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a nice bird you have there. What seems to be the trouble?
Well, Doctor, it's something like this.
Oh, excuse me. There's a $5 consultation fee in advance.
Oh, well, isn't that a lot for such a little bird?
Mister, the smaller the patient, the more difficult to treat.
Yes.
Hummingbirds are $15 and ostriches are $1.25.
Oh. I see your point. Harder to hold. Well, here you are.
Thanks. Now, once again, what seems to be the trouble?
Well, it's very simple. This bird, our Napoleon, doesn't sing.
Well, that's a common affliction. Especially in this particular species of bird. Yes, of course. Turn the cage around. Thank you. No question about it. That's it, all right. Knew it the minute I saw it.
Well, for goodness sakes, tell me, what is it?
Mister, as you should know and apparently don't, there are two separate and distinct kinds of canaries.
There are?
Yes. The one kind, happy, gay, carefree, singing practically all the time.
Yeah.
Then the other kind, sad, always worrying, busy and distracted, hardly ever letting out a peep.
Well, this is all news to me. What are the names of these two different kinds of canaries?
The kind that sings is called the male. The kind that doesn't sing is known as the female.
Is that so?
Yes. And this Napoleon you have here isn't a Napoleon at all. He's a Josephine.
Oh!
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in a few minutes. But right now, let me ask you housewives a question. What is it that makes the difference between the meals prepared by a good cook and just an ordinary one? Well, in this man's opinion, it's flavor. Yes, it's that appetite-satisfying extra flavor that good cooks give to the dishes they serve. That's why so many good cooks are using delicious Parquet margarine, made by Kraft. They've discovered, you see, this important point, that because Parquet is so delicious for table use, it adds flavor in cooking, too. The extra flavor that makes the difference between a good and an ordinary cook. Yes, Parquet margarine is a genuine flavor shortening for baking, not a bland, tasteless fat. Parquet is a delicious seasoning for hot vegetables, too. And because Parquet tastes so good itself, it makes pan-fried foods taste better. And it doesn't spatter or stick to the pan. Now, just because you'll be proud to serve Parquet margarine at the table, don't think it's extravagant to use all you want in cooking. It isn't. Even though Parquet is wholesome, nourishing, and perfectly delicious, it's so economical you'll be pleasantly surprised. So join the good cooks using Parquet margarine and buy a pound or two tomorrow. Remember, it's Parquet. Parkay.
This Christmas list is getting me down. Cigars for Judge Hooker, a necktie for the mailman, and then for Bertie. Let's see. Oh, Uncle Mort.
What is it, Marjorie?
Have you thought of anything to give Bertie for Christmas?
Oh, yes, you bet I have.
Good. What is it?
Josephine. Good night.
Original music heard on this program was composed and conducted by William Randolph. This is Jim Bannon speaking for the Kraft Cheese Company and inviting you to be with us again next week at this same time for the further adventures of the great Gildersleeve. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Kraft presents The Great Gildersleeve. this time from Hollywood, California, Kraft presents Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve, written by Leonard L. Levinson. We'll hear from the Great Gildersleeve in just a moment. But first, what if you hadn't ridden in an automobile since the old Model T days? And then a friend gave you a ride in a fast, smooth-running modern automobile. Wouldn't that convince you there'd been some changes made? Well, if you haven't tasted margarine for a good long time, you'll get that same kind of surprise when you try Parquet margarine. The margarine that's made by Kraft. Yes, you just can't imagine how downright good tasting modern margarine can be till you've tried delicious Parquet. That's why, with food prices rising, so many housewives are using Parquet margarine. Serving it at the table, using it for baking and pan frying, too. Because this modern margarine, Parquet margarine, not only has a delicate, satisfying flavor the whole family loves, it's also an economical source of food values the whole family needs. Yes, Parquet margarine is a wholesome, highly nutritious energy food. And every pound contains 9,000 units of important vitamin A. So don't make up your mind about any margarine till you found out how good, delicious, nourishing Parquet is. Tomorrow, sure, ask your dealer for Parquet. Parkay. And now let's visit our friend, the Great Gildersleeve, as he and Marjorie and Leroy wait in the Summerfield Railroad Station for the arrival of that well-known authoress, lecturer, and second cousin, Octavia Gildersleeve.
Recognize Cousin Octavia?
Oh, yes, my dear. Although I haven't seen her for years, her face comes back to me frequently in nightmares.
Gee, what does she look like, Unc?
Well, Leroy, did you ever see the USS Idaho in a bad storm?
No.
Then stick around till she gets off.
She's been very successful as a writer, hasn't she?
Yes. She's the author of Is Your Child a Problem, or Why Bring That Up? Yes, she was first to advocate a policy of never striking a child except in self-defense.
How long is Cousin Octavia going to be here, Uncle Mort?
Just between trains. She's on a lecture tour and has to hop around the country. Seems her new manager doesn't know much about geography. He booked her alphabetically.
How's that?
She's on her way from Akron to Albuquerque. And from there she goes to Altoona, Pennsylvania, then Amarillo, Texas, and then Atlantic City.
Gee, at that rate, you'll get to talking Summerfield for years.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Oh, and there she is. Well. Hello, Octavia. I'm Throckmorton.
Oh, Throckmorton. Well, let me look at you. Now, turn around.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I'd have known you any place.
Yes. This is Marjorie and Leroy, and this is your cousin Octavia.
Oh, hello, Cousin.
How's everything on the Idaho, Cousin Octavia?
Idaho?
He means Akron. He got his battleship mixed. How is Cousin Sibley? Still got his seat on the stock exchange?
Oh, no, he lost it.
Yeah. How's your little daughter, Lulabelle?
Oh, you mean Barbara Ann? Well, here she is, right here.
Oh, I didn't know you were going to bring her along. Children, meet your little cousin.
Barbara Ann. Here's Cousin Throckmorton, Cousin Marjorie, and Cousin Leroy.
I am very pleased to meet you, Cousin Throckmorton, Cousin Marjorie, and Cousin Leroy.
Oh, isn't she just a little doll?
I do hope you can come home for lunch.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Marjorie, but our train for Albuquerque leaves in 6 or 7 minutes.
Oh, that's too bad. We would have enjoyed having you.
Well, I would have liked to, but when one's public makes as many demands upon one as mine does on me, well, one must flit about like a butterfly, mustn't one?
Quiet, Leroy.
I didn't say anything.
Oh.
However, I'll be returning this way again next week, and if you're really determined to... Well, Barbara Ann can stay here with you, and I'll pick her up next Thursday.
Huh? Oh, yes. Yes, that'll be splendid, my dear.
Oh, now, isn't that nice? And won't you have a good time, Barbara Ann?
I don't know. Will I, Mother?
Of course you will.
Yes. And I know just what room we'll give you, too.
So do I. My room.
Yeah.
Now, isn't that hospitable of Leroy? Oh, really, now, what's this all about, Pete? I'm a little sorry I let you persuade me. But You must promise to take good care of Mother's little treasure.
Now, Octavia, you needn't worry yourself into a new set of wrinkles. We'll take good care of her. She's as welcome as long as she wants to stay here. Now, by the way, how soon will you be back to pick her up?
Well, let's see. Oh, in a week or 8 days at the most. Now, there are Barbara Ann's bags, and here's her music portfolio. Now, be sure she practices her piano and vocalizing every day, won't she?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, now, Barbara Ann, before Mother gets on the train, I want one little word alone with you, darling. You'll excuse us, won't you?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Go right ahead. Go ahead.
Now, darling, I want you to promise me you'll be a good girl while you're visiting Cousin Throckmorton.
You know me, Mama.
Yes, I know you. That's why I'm warning you, young lady. Now, remember, no stuffing pillows in chimneys like you did at Uncle Stanley's, or painting the baby green, which you did at Aunt Sylvia's. I won't have it.
Really, Mother, don't raise your voice. It's so middle class.
Oh, sometimes I wonder if you're deserving of all I'm doing for you, Barbara Ann. Writing these books and making these lecture tours. You just don't seem to appreciate it.
Oh, pipe down, Mother. I'll lay on the floor and scream.
No more time for fond farewell, my dear. Cousin Octavia's train is ready to pull out. Now, Barbara Ann, I want you to be a brave girl.
We interrupt the program for a special bulletin. Tokyo, Monday, December 8th. Japan went to war against the United States and Great Britain today with air and sea attacks against Hawaii, followed by a formal declaration of hostilities. Japanese Imperial Headquarters announced at 6 a.m., that's 4 p.m. Sunday Eastern Standard Time, that a state of war existed among these nations in the Western Pacific as of dawn. Shortly afterwards, Domai announced that naval operations are progressing off Hawaii with at least one Japanese aircraft carrier in action against Pearl Harbor, the American naval base in the island. We return you now to the great Gildersleeve.
Don't you think so, Marjorie?
Well, if you would have asked me.
Leroy, nobody asked you.
Well, go ahead. Ask me, I dare you.
Quietly, Roy. It was well done, Barbara Ann.
Yeah.
Can I have my quarter now?
A quarter?
Yes, I always get a quarter when I play. Sometimes my father gives it to me even before I'm finished.
Yes, I'm beginning to see why. Well, here you are, young lady. Now, you and Leroy run along somewhere and play.
All right, Uncle Mort. All right, Uncle Mort. What do you mean, Uncle Mort? He's just a cousin to you.
Lovely, innocent youth.
Oh, say, Uncle Mort.
Yes, Marjorie.
You haven't been trying on my hats, have you?
Don't be silly. I haven't had on a lady's hat since the last time I went, of course not.
Oh, then it must have been Barbara Ann. And she's wrecked them.
Oh, my dear, not her. Why, she's a regular little angel. A little... Why, Leroy, what's wrong? What is it, Leroy? Where's Bertie this morning?
Oh, she's busy serving Barbara Ann her breakfast in bed.
I had breakfast in bed at boarding school once. Some of the other guys filled my bunk with cornflakes.
Meg, she told Bertie that she's had breakfast in bed ever since she was born.
Oh, well, I did too, up to a certain point. And they bought me a high chair. Good morning, Bertie. Can I have my breakfast now, please?
Just as soon as I fixes some other eggs from Missy Barbara Ann.
Missy Barbara Ann?
Yes, sir. That's what she told for me to call her. And by the way, is a bandana handkerchief around here anywhere? She wants me to wrap my head up in one.
Bertie, I wish you'd stop playing topsy to her little Eva. Fix some breakfast for the rest of us.
I'm sorry, Miss Gildersleeve. I can't do it just now. I got the little girl's 2-minute eggs about 35 seconds too well done by mistake. And now she wants them rectified. Is that anything like scramble?
Oh, she just wants them done over again. Say, Bertie, have you got my lunch back yet?
Oh, I know there was something I just remembered. I'll fix it for you the minute I finish giving Barbara Ann her manicure.
Oh, yes, those pale hands she loves so well, yes.
Jeepers, I gotta leave for school right now. You better give me some money to buy lunch or something.
Yes, all right. Here's 30 cents. Will that be enough?
Too much. Here's a dime back. I don't think I'll be able to eat more than 4 hot dogs.
Young man, don't you dare eat 4 hot dogs. Have something else, too.
Okay, 2 hot dogs and 2 hamburgers.
We shouldn't let things like this happen around here, Bertie. What are you looking for, Bertie?
Oh, I gotta find some paper and a pencil, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Paper and a pencil? What do you want them for?
Well, I don't know exactly why myself. Well, Miss Barbara Ann done told me she wants me to draw her a band.
All right, Barbara Ann, but Uncle Mort's going to be pretty angry when he comes home and finds out what you've done.
Oh, Leroy, don't be so juvenile. He'll thank me when he sees how nicely I've washed out all his pipes. It smells so much sweeter now.
Oh, it's bad enough putting them in soap and water, but spraying them with Marjorie's perfume was just too much.
Well, you just wait and see, Smarty. Oh, I'm so bored. What do we do now?
Well, I don't know what you're going to do, but I got to go down and have my hair cut.
Oh, good. I'll go along with you. And after you're through, you can take me to the drugstore for an ice cream soda.
Nothing doing. What do you think I am, maid of money? I took you there yesterday for a soda, and you had 3 of them. Gee, you drank up my allowance for 3 weeks and half an hour.
But you have 50 cents now. I saw Cousin Throckmorton give it to you.
That's for my haircut.
Well, I don't see why you have to throw away your money in barber shops, but I can give you a lovely haircut myself.
You?
Oh, yes. I cut my father's hair all the time.
Oh, I don't believe you.
I'll just cut your hair to prove it. After all, I owe it to you.
What do you mean you owe it to me?
Well, you've been so nice to me. I want to earn this $50 so I can treat you.
Gee, I don't know.
Oh, come on. Don't be so adolescent.
Okay, but... Well, what do you mean I'm adolescent? I had them taken out the same time they took out my tonsils.
We interrupt the program to bring a report from the Panama Radio. A Jap aircraft carrier was sunk off Honolulu, according to the Panama Radio. May we repeat that? According to the Panama Radio, a Jap aircraft carrier was sunk off Honolulu, according to Panama Radio. We return you now to Hollywood.
Nice, because after dinner, Leroy, take off your cap.
Well, okay.
Oh, my goodness, put it back on again. I'll take it off a little at a time so I get used to it. Now, see here, Leroy.
Now, if you'll just let me explain, Unc, I didn't go to any barber.
I'll say you didn't. That man wasn't even a good butcher.
You still don't get it, Unc. This was a homemade job.
Yes, Cousin Throckmorton. I tried my best to persuade Leroy not to do it, but he insisted on cutting his hair himself.
Oh, me?
Yes, you. You know you did.
Oh, Leroy, how could you? Now, see here, Barbara Ann.
Take your fist out of your little cousin's face, Leroy. It's unsanitary. Now, what's the meaning of all this?
Well, Leroy said he wanted to use the haircut money to buy ice cream sodas with.
What a liar.
And so at first he tried to get me to cut his hair for him.
What? Wait till I get you outside, barbed wire, Annie.
And then for clippers, he used your electric razor. Oh, he got jammed up and smoke started coming out. And it got so hot I couldn't hold it. Oh, I mean, he couldn't hold it.
See? Are you sure you're telling the truth, Barbara?
Oh, of course, Cousin Margie. Leroy made me do it.
Now, I guess I made you grab up the 50 cents and run down to the drugstore and eat 5 sodas in succession, too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Call up the drugstore, Uncle Mort, and find out who they had to use the stomach pump on.
Barbara Ann, was it you?
Sure it was. She came back and told me all about it. The little glutton was gloating.
This conversation is becoming too utterly vulgar. In fact, it has ceased to be amusing.
Well, what's gotten into her? I don't know whether it's heartburn or heartburn. Come back here, young lady.
Yes, Barbara Ann. Now, you behave yourself. And sit down.
Oh, very well.
We'll go into this thing later. I haven't got any time now. That old goat Judge Hooker will be butting in here any moment.
Who's Judge Hooker?
Oh,
the probate judge who has to approve Uncle Mort's administration of our estate.
Yes. I want that legal buzzard to okay my annual report.
Oh, that must be him now. I'll answer it.
Oh, hello, Judge Hooker. You come in.
Hello, Marjorie.
Yes, him all right. Leroy, maybe you better put your cap on again. Yes, that's much better. This way the old forest plaster. Oh, hello there, Judge. How are you this evening?
Pretty spry, pretty spry.
Huh?
Hello, Leroy.
Hello.
Well, who's this
dainty little Miss Gildy?
Oh, this is little Barbara Ann Gildersleeve, Judge. Barbara, and this is Judge Hooker.
Oh, this Judge Hooker?
Yeah.
Why, somehow I expected you to have a little white chin rooster from what Cousin Throckmorton said.
Yeah, well, what did I say that gave you that impression, child?
Didn't you say he was an old ghost?
What's this?
It's just a little cold, Judge. Barbara, wouldn't you like to sing Pale Hands on the Piano for the judge?
You mean so he'll okay your report?
You?
What's this? Is that the reason you invited me to dinner, Gildersleeve?
Oh, no, Judge, not at all.
By Jove, if I thought that was the case, I'd turn you down flatter than a stranded soprano.
Barbara, I think we've heard enough.
So do I.
Now, please leave the room, young lady.
All right, Cousin Throckmorton. Glad to have met you, Judge Hooker.
Well, Gildersleeve, now that we're alone, take off your coat.
Now, Judge, don't be hasty.
Take off your coat, Gildersleeve.
Yes, I don't want to fight with you, Judge.
Neither do I, but the little brat him to kick me sign on the back of your coat. What?
More war bulletins. London, Monday. The British Parliament was called into special session for 3 p.m. today to hear a government statement, which everyone agreed would be a declaration of war against Japan. That was expected to coincide with similar action by the United States. Sitka, Alaska. A blackout was ordered for tonight at this site of a naval air station as police officials began a roundup of questionable characters. We return you now to Hollywood.
Family container.
That child and her imagination. She's never been farther south than the first balcony had gone with the wind.
Oh. I think you're doing a poor little thing an injustice to.
What?
Okay. Any opinions I express are purely my own and not to be misconstrued by nobody else.
Bertie, I think we can leave you out of this conference.
Yes, I'll go, but why?
Well, I'm afraid you might turn into another Mata Hari.
Me? Why, thank you, Mr. Gildersleeve. That's the nicest compliment I've had in years.
Now, look, children. Cousin Octavia isn't due for 5 days yet. This is a desperate situation, and it needs desperate measures. I hate to do this. It doesn't set you a very good example.
What are you going to do, Uncle Mort?
I haven't the faintest idea. But whatever it's going to be, it won't be honest.
Can't we just take her out into the country someplace and lose her?
Leroy, isn't that kind of a cat?
Yep, Marcia.
That child has gotten me in wrong with every one of my boyfriends.
Yeah, that's tough to hear. Especially just before Christmas.
Yes. Hey, I know what we'll do. We'll send Cousin Octavia a telegram.
What kind of a telegram?
Well, listen to this. You better take this down.
Oh, okay.
Mrs. Octavia Gildersleeve, Fred Harvey Hotel, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Dearest darling Mama, I'm terribly, terribly homesick for you. I don't think I can stand it another minute longer.
I get lonesomer for you every day. Please come soon. Your loving daughter, Barbara Ann. Where did you hear that, Mr. Llewellyn?
I don't wait.
Oh. Really? It doesn't sound anything like her.
Well, she's probably sick, suffering from lonesomeness.
Well, there's another relative Barbara Ann is disposed of. I'm really coming to the end of my Gildersleeve.
Tough luck.
Well, now, let's see. I do my lecture tonight. By tomorrow, pick up my baby, go on to
Oh,
Altoona.
Mrs. Gildersleeve, we just had a wire saying the Altoona date is out, and they pushed up your Amarillo lecture.
Oh, of course. But that means I can't go to Summerfield for weeks.
That's correct.
Oh, and I can't leave my little girl with those unkind Summerfield relatives.
And why not play?
Well, I'm almost tempted. Oh, no. Mr. Llewellyn, I've got an idea.
Oh, no. When you get an idea in your head and a look in your eye, you better also get a new secretary on your payroll.
But who else have I got to turn to?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Gildersleeve. I'd swim the widest river. I'd climb the highest mountain. But Lucifer Llewellyn refuses to play nursemaid again to that widow brat of yours, not for all the kangaroos in Australia.
But, Mr. Llewellyn, as my secretary, it's your job to go where I send you.
Oh, but Mrs. Gildersleeve, I'm allergic to your little girl. Don't you remember the time in Buffalo when she flew all my trousers out of the train window?
Oh, why, that was just one of her girlish pranks.
Planks, whips, lassos. There's been 100 similar peccadillos. It's enough to make a grown man cry. No, I won't do it. I won't go. Absolutely no.
Another war bulletin. New York. Reports received by the Associated Press from Europe tonight said the German army was preparing an effort to take both Moscow and Leningrad and recapture Rostov within 2 weeks in a move linked with the outbreak of war in the Pacific. We return you now to Hollywood.
This is what you said in your telegram.
What telegram?
The one you sent begging your mother to rescue you from Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
I never sent any such message. Now, you can go right back and tell her so.
This is just another twit. Now, I got a taxi waiting outside, so you hurry and pack your luggage.
I'll do nothing of the kind. I like it here, and I'm staying.
I'll just give you till I count to 3 to start getting ready. 1, 2, wait. 4.
All right, Lucifer, you wait here. I'll be right back. Oh, Cousin Throckmorton.
Yes?
There's the strangest man in the living room. He says he's my mother's secretary, and he wants me to go away with him. But I never saw him before in my life.
What? Are you sure?
Oh, yes. And he talks in the most suspicious way.
This looks serious, my dear. Might be a kidnapping. You stay here and I'll investigate. Now, don't get excited. Take it easy. Keep calm, keep calm, keep calm. Good day, sir. What did you want?
My name is Lucifer Llewellyn. I came to take Barbara Ann away.
Oh, you did, eh?
Yep, I'm her mother's secretary. She wants me to bring her to Amarillo.
Amarillo? I thought Octavia was passing through here on her way to Altoona.
Oh, no, she had to change her plan.
A what? Oh, her plan. Well, the first time I've heard of that.
First time you've heard of it?
Yeah.
Didn't you get a telegram saying I was going to arrive today?
No, I didn't, Mr. Llewellyn.
Oh, excuse me. The name is Llewellyn, not Llewellyn.
Yes.
Oh, dear, I wish this job was over already. I don't like it.
Yes, neither do I.
Look, I'll come right out and tell you. If this little brat gives me the least bit of trouble, I'm going to throw a flour sack over her head and wag her away.
Yeah. Oh. You are, eh?
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Llewellyn, if you don't mind, I'd like to have you step right in here.
Sure, but it don't look like it.
In you go.
Help! You let me out!
I'm going to hold you for a while, Mr. Kidnapper.
Wait! Help! Please!
Yeah, I'll get you the police. By George, that's who I will get. Oh, who can that be? Yes, all right, I'm coming. Oh, telegram? Thank you, boy. Oh, now what's this? Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, unable to pick up Barbara Ann myself, sending Secretary Mr. Llewellyn, Octavia. Oh, my goodness, this explains everything.
Let me out of here. Come on, you pretty one. Let me out of here.
Oh, coming, Mr. Llewellyn. It's all a mistake, sir.
Put up your dukes, Gildersleeve.
Yep.
I'm going to wham-base you from here to next Friday. Come on, fight, you big palooka.
Now, calm down. Take it easy, Mr. Llewellyn. It's all a mistake.
Oh, it is?
Yes, until I got this telegram from Octavia, I thought you were a kidnapper.
What? Whatever gave you that erroneous impression?
Yes. Barbara Ann. She said she'd never seen you before.
That settles it. I'm through. I resign. I retire.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you. Of course, you see the little girl back to her mother first.
I'll see her someplace else first. Goodbye, Throckmorton, and I hope I never see another Gildersleeve as long as I live.
More war bulletins. Washington. The Navy Department announced tonight that a censorship has been placed on all outgoing cablegrams and radio messages from the United States and its outlying possessions. Fort Lewis, Washington. All men who have been honorably discharged from the 9th Army Corps area during past months because of reaching the age of 28 were called back to active duty by the Army today. The men called back, including draftees, are members of the Active Reserve Corps. They were ordered to report to their induction board. This pertains to the northwestern states. We return you now to Hollywood.
What's this? Whoopee! Hooray! Merry Christmas! Happy New Year!
Lord, what is it? Yeah, tell us.
Cousin Octavia is flying to Atlantic City, and her plane stops at the airport for 5 minutes this afternoon. She wants us to have Barbara Ann there, ready to travel.
Marvelous. Oh, Barbara Ann. Yes, Barbara Ann.
Where are you, Barbara Barbara Ann. Well, all the bags here?
Yes, Uncle Mort.
I guess we're all ready to go to the airport.
I don't want to go. I want to stay here. I'm not going.
Oh, you're not going, eh? Yes, you are, young dear. We've got plenty of time. Just a whole hour before that plane arrives. We're going to be on the safe side and get there early.
No, I want to stay here. I'll be good.
Yes, well, I guess I'll have to pick you up then and carry. Oh, excuse me a moment, Barbara Ann. Hello?
Throckmorton.
Yes?
This is Octavia.
Oh, hello, Octavia. Whereabouts are you phoning from?
From the airport. Why aren't you down here?
Airport? What are you talking about? Your plane isn't due until 4:35.
It's after 4:35 now. It's almost 4:40. What's the matter? Didn't you get my telegram? Why haven't you got Barbara Ann down here to go on the plane?
Oh, my goodness. Our clock's an hour slow. Wait there, Octavia. We'll be right down.
I can't. The plane is ready to take off. I've got a lecture in Atlantic City tonight. Oh, my goodness, they're calling for me.
When do you come back?
In another 2 weeks. Goodbye.
Yes, oh, I've got a headache.
What happened, Uncle Mort?
Our clock was an hour slow. Somebody's been fooling around with our clock. And I think I know who it was.
No. No, not me, Uncle Mort. I didn't do it.
This time you're going to get what's coming to you, young lady. You come here.
No, you wouldn't dare.
Oh, no? I want you to know that this is going to hurt you a lot more than it hurt me. Hail, hands I loved. Each eyes and tell him all. There, young lady. That'll teach you to monkey with clocks.
Oh, by the way, Uncle Mort, Barbara Ann didn't do it. Don't you remember? It was you.
What? Oh, my goodness, it was. Leroy, why didn't you stop me?
Well, Uncle Mort, it's a funny thing, but I didn't think of it till after you were finished.
You're a bright boy, Leroy.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in a few minutes. But right now, I think you'll agree that there's one sure way to find out if you like something, and that's to try it yourself. So I want to suggest a little experiment, one that may mean a lot to you in the high-priced days ahead. Tomorrow, get a pound or two of parquet margarine, the delicious modern margarine made by Kraft. Take it home and serve it at the table. Use it for baking and pan frying. Yes, use parquet margarine in every way, and I think you'll be amazed at how downright good a modern margarine can be. You see, parquet margarine is no ordinary margarine. Parquet margarine is the result of Kraft's long experience in making quality food. Yes, taste parquet margarine once, and you'll know the difference. Parquet's delicate, appetizing flavor is sure to satisfy.